Let's check in now with those anti-Israeli protests at Columbia University. The youngest and brightest are expressing their angst at what they claim is a genocide through silent dance. Oh, you gotta laugh. But remember when it was comics that made us laugh? Remember when comedians were actually funny? I bet this guy doesn't.
Some of my best friends identify as members of the cisgender and heterosexual community. And I know that you guys are going through a lot right now. That's why every morning during my sun salutation, I take a 15-second breath to acknowledge how difficult it must be for straight people to remember how to use they, them pronouns for us.
About as funny as an ingrown toenail. Well, there are still comics around who are very funny, and we've got plenty of them right here in Australia, including this duo, simply called Superwog.
They went that way.
Okay, male or female?
Neither. They, them.
What?
That's their pronoun.
Okay, so how many were there?
Oh my God, one, you idiot. They're non-binary.
So does non-binary have a hole or a pole? We just need to clarify.
They who? Who them? Where what? Who's who? Who's who? They, them, or who?
We're having pronoun trouble again.
Brilliant. Now to Google, which yesterday sacked more workers that had participated in protests. The lefty tech giant with a virtual monopoly is dealing with a problem of its own making. Its radical left employees are losing it in the workplace, staging protests in New York and California because of an AI deal Google has with the Israeli government.
Google, you can't hide.
Google, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
Google, you can't hide.
Google, you can't hide.
You are funding genocide.
You are funding genocide.
These protesters really do enjoy chants, don't they? They just love mindlessly repeating whatever someone yells out. And Oscar-winning actress and lefty losing it Susan Sarandon proved that you can yell out just about anything and they'll chant it back at you.
Especially in a place of education.
Especially in a place of education.
And supposedly higher thought.
And supposedly higher thought.
To be attacked.
To be attacked.
With racism. And intolerance. Is not acceptable.
Is not acceptable.
There are many, many people.
There are many, many people.
That's unintentionally hilarious, I've got to say. But I mean, how long could this go on?
People who are old and afraid.
People who are old and afraid.
Are looking to you.
Are looking to you.
And your voices.
And your voices.
And your organization.
And your organization.
And your tenacity.
And your tenacity.
And your kindness.
And your kindness.
To make a difference in this situation.
To make a difference in this situation.
You give me hope.
You give me hope.
To me and so many people.
To me and so many people.
And in the end, the truth will win.
And in the end, the truth will win.
It's important at this point.
It's important at this point.
That's about all I can take, but it actually went on even longer than that. It really did. Now to a lefty who is semi-regularly sensible in calling out the excesses of his mob. But let's be honest, Bill Maher normally wins enormous praise, including from me, for saying what Conservatives have been saying for years. And at the end of the day, he's still going to vote for the likes of Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom, who are ushering in the lunacy that he complains about. But good on him, I guess, for saying this.
Maybe it's time to admit that sometimes Drag Queen Story Hour is more for the queen than the kids. Sure, kids love a clown, but does the clown have to have tits? And when I see a 5-year-old tipping at a bar, under a sign that says it's not going to lick itself? Do I have to pretend that's cool in order to keep my liberal ID card? Sorry, I can't do that. If you want kids to be more tolerant, why not have handicapped people read them stories? Kids are more likely to encounter disabled people than drag queens in life.
Bill, bless you, but how can you support the biggest supporters of this ideology? It's one thing to be batshit crazy, but you know better, and you still support Biden and Newsom and so many others like them.